Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So, I will be showing you all how people voted for this election, and today I'll be concentrating on Latinos, right? And when the video started playing, I think there is a teacher that was like, I don't know what I am going to tell the kids because they were kind of happy that they are going to have female president and all that, like that he's very disappointed over what their own people did and all that. And he was like, I don't know how to explain to them. You know what? When you get to school, tell the kids that their parents choose whoever they chose over them. There is no need trying to fine tune or finesse anything. Tell them the way it is, that their parents chose someone else over the person they wanted to see as president. Now, you all already know how bad some Latinos want to be these, all right? It shows. It looks like some of them don't even understand the implications of what they are doing. But in the end, they will understand it. But I am not surprised. Why? Because they have done something, they've been doing this before. They have done something like this before. And if you remember what happened in Florida and how they started asking Black people to assist them, seriously, I hope nobody wakes up one day to say that we are going through something and Black people should help us. Now, Black people, I want you all to know this. This is time for you all to relax, take care of yourselves. You've been fighting for every other person, but nobody cares about you. And I am not saying this to make you feel bad, but this is the reality. The earlier you learn to accept this, the better for you. Let's get into this.
So I'm about to go to work, and what I'm going to say about this election that Trump has now won, racism, men hating women, women hating themselves, Latinos being absolutely fucking deranged. Because why did over 60% vote for Trump? Why are over 60% of Latinos for Trump? Bye. I really hope that y'all don't come to regret your decision. That's what I hope. Seriously.
60% of Latinos in this country voted for Donald Trump. 60% of Latinos in this country voted for Donald Trump. After everything this man and his party has said to degrade and disrespect anyone who's Latino, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, and after everything Black and Indigenous people did to have y'all back when people was calling y'all islands garbage floating on top of water, when they called your people a bunch of grapists south of the border, this is how y'all repay Black people. If y'all ever hop in my inbox or tag me in a video about POC unity again, I will curse your entire bloodline. I put that on.
I just woke up to Trump as the president. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And I mean that with all disrespect. Why were there so many Latino people voting for Trump and so many white women? Y'all are scaring me. Like, y'all genuinely scare me. He ran the most racist, misogynistic, anti-immigrant, anti-woman campaign I've ever seen. He had no policies, no plans, no nothing. And y'all dumbasses still voting for him. That is so crazy. Like, I want to say I'm shocked. When I look at who is voting for Trump, I want to say I'm shocked, but I'm not. This is why Black people don't have no allies. All that people of color, we gotta throw it out the window. Black people have no allies. We went out and voted. We voted because we said we was gonna vote. What did y'all do? Y'all sat up here and lied. Oh, we're gonna vote. And all y'all voted for Trump. Georgia? Bitch. Yeah. Oh. That just pissed me off.
A lot of you guys don't want to admit it, but when we're talking about, Latinos for Trump, and you guys only think of Cubans, it's not only Cubans I've been seeing voting for Trump today. Ask a Mexican in Texas. Ask someone who left Venezuela. Ask a Salvadoran that makes over $50K a year. You're going to see so many Trump Latinos that it'll make Cubans look like amateurs. Also, have you guys seen the poll that says that Latina women lead with Harris with 67%, but for Latino men, it's 50-50? Oh, you men are useless.
Supposedly 60% of Hispanics voted for Donald Trump. And I'm going to say, fuck you. Fuck you. You're going to realize in January that you are not the chosen one. You are not that close to whiteness. And you're going to find out that this Project 2025 is absolutely going to affect you. And I can't wait. I guess I can't wait. It's going to happen inevitably. We can try to fight as much as we can, but why should I fight for you? See, I'm in a position that I can move anywhere that I want to. Unfortunately, my husband keeps me hostage in Florida. But honestly, if we wanted to pick up and move, we can. We're financially able. Most people can't. They're not in that position for them to financially leave their place, go to a blue state if they wanted to, or live in a different country. You will be stuck here with Donald Trump's policies, which will affect your children. It's going to affect your children, especially if your children have IEPs. He wants to dismantle education. If you're a black person, he's going to make sure that they don't teach black history. Y'all motherfuckers lost your mind. Who the hell do you think you are? And I'm thinking of Latinos. They took fucking history of Latino culture, of African American history. What about the LGBTQ? Some of those motherfuckers voted for Trump too. He don't like you. They're trying to do away with you. Listen, 81% of the uneducated voted for Trump. Trump has told you he loves the uneducated because you are easily manipulated. And I don't even have any words for the people that are pro-Palestine and voted for Jill Stein because they're trying to make a point. Your ass is going to find out when Israel takes over fucking Palestine. And blame yourself. Don't say blame Kamala. Blame your goddamn self. You sound like a fucking fool every time you say some shit like that. I am mad at everybody. And I am very mad at the Democrats that stayed home. They were not motivated to go to the polls as well. Now, something does not sound right about this election at all. This shit does not make sense. And I hope that we come to find out before there's an inauguration. But this shit is too weird the way that's playing out. And if it's really playing out like this, then it tells me that men are ready not for a woman president because y'all motherfuckers are misogynistic as hell and y'all racist as hell. And that, I think we already know. Anyway, calm down. Breathe in, breathe out. You guys have a blessed day.
I am disappointed, but I'm not surprised. Is it worrisome for my future? Yes. I just don't get how we could vote a felon into office. Someone whose plan is to raise taxes, increase the GDP, increase inflation. And I just want to understand Latinos. You guys hate yourselves that much. Just because your skin might be light doesn't mean you're white. Just think about that Mexican family who moved to a red state and then experienced racism. I just never seen a group of people that work so hard to support their own people. Then it's my own community. Just why? No matter how much you rally with him, he doesn't like you. But I always say the saddest thing is women for Trump. Did y'all not see that man that said now women can go back to what they're doing when Trump wins, which is stay in the house and take care of the children? That's how they view us. That's how they want us to be. The control over our bodies, you think it just starts here? I don't get it. The fact that it's always the most uneducated that vote for him speaks volumes. Or the teens are like, oh, I voted for Trump because ha ha ha. I don't know. I'm just disappointed and trying to see how I'll anticipate the next 4 years.
I'm convinced that people really don't understand what mass deportation looks like. It looks like brown folks. It looks like brown folks. Come on. You don't get it? You're the target. Have a blessed day. Carry your papers. So that 60% that voted, don't be surprised if you get snatched up. Don't be surprised if you get snatched up. Don't be surprised if they run up in your job. Don't be surprised if your kids get brutalized. Don't be surprised. There's no marches for that.
60% of Latinos voted for Trump. If you like fractions, that's 3/5. 3 out of 5 Latinos voted for Trump. Yes. It means if you pull 5 Latino niggas in a room, 3 of the motherfuckers in the room voted for Trump. But I was wrong, though, when I said most white Latinos love to be white adjacent. And some of them actually do pass as white, Cubans. They would rather walk in traffic than align with anything browner than a paper bag. But I was wrong when I called out that bullshit change of heart that Puerto Ricans had when it came to someone insulting their island. Not when this party was insulting black people, women, etc., etc. And matter of fact, most Latinos, especially here in Texas, are pretty socially conservative. I was harassed for days on end for calling that out about Puerto Ricans. Well, at least the Puerto Ricans who suddenly had a change of heart, especially the Republican and undecideds, for days on end, honey. And I feel terrible for the black people on your island right now. Terrible. But fuck that. Did you know a large chunk of Mexican voters here in Texas, especially Houston, were either born to undocumented parents, so they were granted citizenship simply by just being born here, which Trump and J.D. Vance actively promote to revoke, or they're undocumented themselves, hoping that proximity to whiteness will get them a citizenship faster. I keep saying to y'all, as a black Latina, many non-black Latinos easily pass as white if they want to. They would much prefer that. Y'all, I'm so mad. I'm trying to choose my words so carefully right now. The only Latinos I feel terrible for are the black Latinos in Latin countries that y'all subjugate to racism. The Latinos who actually gave a fuck and spoke out, which is far few in between. Ooh, the community guidelines gonna get me. I will talk at a later time when I am less upset.
It's election day, and I didn't know who I was going to vote for until literally 20 minutes ago. And this is the first time in an election that I sided and voted for the Republican Party as a former Democrat. I wanted to vote for someone that was genuinely concerned and strictly focused on the state of the economy that our country is in, and not the social injustices that so many people are convinced we have. When it comes to issues regarding the economy, inflation, taxes, wars, the border, especially our immigration system, is in shambles. And I didn't want to vote for somebody that didn't have her policies and values until midway through the election, that didn't win a primary and was kind of just selected as the Democrat candidate because the old one was mentally unwell and unfit to run. Yell at me, hate me, kick me out of the LGBT community. I'm a firm believer that people should be able to be friends, or at the very least acquainted, familiar, friendly neighbors with each other, based on who they are as individuals and not what our political party demands of us and what society demands our opinions should be. Anyway, we're probably going to be dealing with this election for a while now. I highly doubt we'll know the results today or tomorrow. But I love America and I love living in America. So that's why I voted for Trump.
Well, America hates women and America hates people of color and Latinos. I cannot believe how many Latinos in Florida turned out to vote for Trump. Most of them are from Puerto Rico or Cuba. And if you think that you are going to be the exception to his policy change, at the end of the day, to all these fucking white people, you're just a fucking Mexican like me, and he'll deport your ass to a fucking country you probably don't even belong to. I am so disappointed. And disrespectfully, anybody that has been posting Bible quotes to go like after this, fuck off, because this is the reason why so many people stepped away from church after 2016. You guys claim to be so Christian and so godly, yet you voted for a man that has been accused and I believe convicted of abusing or raping women. I don't even know. He has so many fucking convictions, 34 felony counts, 6 bankruptcies, 2 impeachments, cases pending, and this is who you guys chose. And most of you, this is who you guys chose to be the next president because of taxes. Taxes are going to be the same. You don't even qualify. You're broke ass like me. Y'all don't even qualify for the taxes he's talking about. But don't worry, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, they qualify. They're gonna be good. But you, por favor, pinche idiota sin dinero. Oh my God, estoy tan decepcionada. tan decepcionada, tengo que ir a trabajar en 1 hora. America hates women. Remember that. America hates people of color. And if you think you're the exception to something, you're not. You're not. You guys voted for somebody that thinks Hitler was a great man. Like my cousin said, buckle up. Buckle up, because you guys just handed the entire government over to our future dictator. Good job, America. Good fucking job.
So it's come to my attention that over 60% of Latinos voted for Trump, which is crazy because not even a week or two ago, y'all was just saying, oh, they talk shit about Puerto Rico, we're not voting for him. But it's like every single time I ask a Latino, why are you voting for Trump? Why do you support him so much? It's because y'all hate illegal immigrants? Y'all want to get rid of the illegal immigrants? I'm guessing y'all did not read Project 2025, because if you did, then you would know that there's a little thing about y'all in there. Like the fact that he's trying to get rid of citizenship by birthright. Now, I've been in activism since 7th grade, okay? So I remember during his first time being elected when he tried to get rid of DACA, and everybody was like, no, they deserve to stay here. Y'all know he is actively trying to make it to where they can overturn your citizenship, even if you were born here, even if you are an American citizen by right. Because as we all know, citizenship by birthright has been a thing since the Dred Scott case. So imagine trying to overturn that. Imagine how many of y'all are going to get deported when they start just overturning citizenship for no reason whatsoever and just start deporting people by the thousands. I bet y'all wasn't thinking about that. No, because a lot of y'all were thinking, oh, I'm here, I have my green card, I'm a legal citizen, they can't do anything about that, I want the illegals to be gone. Until they make you one of the illegals. Like, he wasn't even elected yet, and there were already several red states that were caught red-handed, either unregistering people from voting or outright throwing out their votes because they said they were illegal immigrants. Whole time they were legal immigrants, or they have been living here for their entire lives. Like, I don't want to hear shit when the leopards start eating y'all's faces, because it's coming.
So it's morning in Western Europe, and it looks like Donald Trump is going to win the US elections, although at the moment, I checked the news, it hasn't been called definitively, but it seems that Trump is winning the swing states of North Carolina and Georgia, and possibly also the other ones like Michigan and Wisconsin are coming up next, since Kamala Harris just does not have the appeal to win over those states. Interestingly, the Dutch news opened, the Dutch newspaper, the Volkskrant, the People's newspaper, opened with a message saying that Kamala was unable to rally the Islamic voters behind her. That's because Islamic people, even in the USA, of course, are conservative people. They are considered right-wing people. They have no interest in the woke nonsense and in, gay marriage and so on. But specifically, Kamala Harris is a woman, and Muslim people are so conservative, they're not going to vote for a woman. I mean, you see how this goes wrong when in leftist liberal ideology, minorities such as Muslims in the USA are supposed to vote for the woman candidate, for the minority woman candidate, but they won't do that. Right? Same with Latino men. Trump actually won with Latino men. He gained 20% or 18% more votes from Latino males in general, compared to his previous runs. Wow. See, why would that be so? Well, you end up living in the USA, wherever you're from, you end up facing the same problems. It's not just white men who are being trampled upon by the state media system every day. It's all men being trampled upon by the state media. There's a general attack on men and masculinity, right? And that is why even immigrant men coming to the USA will end up voting for a more conservative, more right-wing, more nationalistic candidate, because they realize that, this whole system, the whole liberal left-wing system, hates you. What are you supposed to vote for? You can't vote for the people who hate you, who literally say to you they want to have, when they speak of the future is female, they literally mean to fire all men and to perhaps even erase the male gender altogether, right? So that doesn't work. People eventually are going to vote for their survival. And that's what I think happened in the USA. If Trump wins, it's because people are voting for their survival.
Today I go teach in a classroom full of Black and Latino students. It's 5:39 a.m. as I make this video. How would my students feel? that some of their own people betrayed them. I remember leaving my classroom on Friday and seeing the optimistic face of my students, being happy that there could probably be a woman as president that will make democracy better. I wonder what faces I will see when I walk into my classroom today. I wonder what the type of conversations I'm going to have with my students today. I'm disappointed in my own community, the Latino community. It breaks my heart to see how much Latinos want to fit into this space that they're not invited to. It breaks my heart to see what happened in Puerto Rico, who they just elected a governor who backed Donald Trump. We will see what the future holds. Today.
Okay, wake up. Because now it's time to figure out which one of y'all is the reason Kamala is losing this election. I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. I should have known. Now, based off these demographics, we already kind of knew white people were a lost cause, regardless of their age or their socioeconomic level. And of course, black people always coming through. But the most interesting part of this polling is looking at Latino voters. Because 45% of y'all voting for Republican still blows my mind. And the 3% of the Asian population, and even 1% of Native Americans being the population, 64% of them overwhelmingly vote Republican. And then the others. Even while these demographics are broken down even more, black people overwhelmingly seem to vote for their best interests. I wish I could say the same for white people, because I don't really know what y'all be thinking. But just below, when we look at Latino voters between the ages of 18 to 29, again, blown away. And shout out to NBC News, because that poll is going to tell you exactly what they're saying. Now, according to NBC News, it says Latino voters swing dramatically for Trump. It may be the biggest victory of that race. Latino voters swung Trump by a staggering 25 percentage points compared to about 4 years ago. So him threatening to deport anybody who is of Latinx descent wasn't enough for y'all. Okay. Now, the article goes on to say that Trump had won support about 45% of Latino voters nationally compared to 53% for Harris. And the NBC exit poll had found that's far better than the 33 points lost that Trump had suffered among Latino voters in 2020, which is still crazy because he still gained 32% of those votes because Joe Biden had clinched about 65% of them. So essentially, it was because she's a woman. And it may be among the strongest GOP performance among Latinos in a presidential race since George W. Bush had gained about 44% in 2004. The way I'm so disgusted... I have to laugh before I punch something, but the way I am so disgusted with Latino voters is crazy work. It said nationally, Latinos account for about 12% of the electoral voting population, and Trump's gains are boosting his margins across key battleground states from Pennsylvania to Arizona, which have complicated the path for Harris. Now, I literally don't have to read any more of that article because that should have been enough for you. Just imagine, if you will, that Latino voters are okay with the threats of their family members possibly losing their DACA status or their immigration status, all simply because they could not see themselves voting for a woman. But the slide that really got me on all of this was total family income. And this is where it gets really tricky. The fact that it didn't matter how much money you made or how little money you made, the vote was still split. Which is crazy, because how are you making under $30,000 a year? I mean, you're literally living hand to mouth and still voting for Republicans. How is that even humanly possible?
This is all I got from this video. And the man that said that, the Muslim and some Latinos will not vote for a woke ideology. What do you mean by woke ideology, right? Man, you people, won't cease to amaze me. For them not to vote for, they voted for red, and It's because they do not believe in woke idea. What does woke got to do with this election right now? If somebody is gay, the person is gay, got nothing to do with woke. Can you people stop already? Now let's get into the video. You know, I brought some videos last week if I am not mistaken, Puerto Ricans and all that, Hispanics. I mean, it's really been a whole lot going on for last week, right? And election happened yesterday, and today is third Wednesday, right? Are we correct? Am I correct? Today is Wednesday. Election was on Tuesday, right? Today is Wednesday. The result is out. Sincerely speaking, I did not sleep all through the night. I was on sea. Literally, I was going from one channel to another channel to get result, to make sure that I am updated. And also, I was very nervous. I was very anxious. To my greatest surprise, what happened. It is election. People have decided. But this is also a wake-up call for everybody to tell. I have been saying this for a longer time, that a lot of people that will come out to tell you that they are supporting you or they are voting for this person will not vote for that person. It's either you take it or you leave it. And this is how it is. Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, and all that, Mexico, all of them were screaming, we aren't voting for Trump anymore. I knew it was going to happen because I remember what happened in Florida. That was one of my wake-up calls, right? Getting to know them a little better, because probably that was when I started my channel. Probably the channel was just like maybe a few months, if I am not mistaken. So it was like, me getting to know them, getting to understand them and all that, and then coming out to say that, Black people should come and help them out, because they are not, it is not in their culture to be, to speak up when something is happening to them. So they were telling Black people, like, you all can see what is going on with us. Can you people come and help us, because we don't know how to talk in our culture. It's in our culture that we don't know how to talk, right? So the whole thing that happened that time was really not a great one. And I have been saying it, that I do not trust anybody. You all already know Black people do not have allies. And the earlier Black people understand it, the better for us. I am going to show you the chats from the beginning. I am sure you saw the chat from the beginning. You are absolutely going to see how people voted, right? And I do not want anybody going, if you look at the chat, you are absolutely going to see sex by race, right? You see white men, you see white women, you see Black men. Black men actually turned up. So nobody should come out and say that Black men did not turn up. 38%, right? So they did well. I mean, I thought we were screaming that we're all mad that they were not going to even come out at all. But to our greatest surprise, they pulled it. They came out, right? So I don't want to hear anybody saying, I understand whatever that has been going on. I do not want anybody to start looking for a way to drag black men into this, saying that I am not going to help you. If anything happens to you, I won't do this. If anything happens to you, I do not want to hear that. Now, by sex, Black women, shout out to you all. You all have been the rock of everything. Then you all can see how white women and white men voted. And then Latino men and Latino women, right? You can see all that. But I am going to tell you that I don't think I was expecting anything better or anything. I mean, like, I was nervous. I know that. But I knew something was going to go wrong. I knew something was going to go wrong. And it is all those people that tell you we are voting blue, and at the polling unit, you see them vote green or red. That is what they know how to do best. Shout out to all of them. But now, Latinos, you all are going to see this particular one out real soon. It looks like some people really do not understand some certain things. Some people do not understand that there are consequences to some actions, right? And they are absolutely going to experience the consequences. I am really wishing you all well. They think, I don't know why, but some people really do not like themselves. Some people really do not want to see others progress, right? Now, we all have been busy. If I hear people of color. Again, if I see anybody saying POC, unity, and all that, trust me, it might not go away. I am blocking you all out in the comment section, and I am ready. If you want to fight, I will be in the comment section also fighting with you. I do not have that time. I do not have that strength. Now, you all think, I don't know, I think you all wake up and think like, that it's all your word, or I mean, I didn't know how to explain it, but I had some people really well, because it looks like some people are not well, because somebody that really understands what is going to happen, the policies and what is at stake for them, would not wake up to do this kind of mistakes. I thought that you all were all out for this game, not knowing that you all will all the time continue to be chameleon, because you all already showed that it's all about being chameleon, right? But yeah, the election has come and gone. I love it. Congratulations to the winner. Congratulations to the winner, right? And I really cannot wait. I hope some of you start packing here, because some people do not understand it. And now the fact that some of them actually came in here one way or the other and ended up probably getting green card, or somehow ended up being documented, right? And they think it is the best they can do is to not let others have their own card and all that, or they just do not want others to prosper. That is how I feel. And then they think it's all of no. We've been fighting for everybody, but it is obvious that you all are fighting for yourselves. Stomach infrastructure. I talk about this all the time. Stomach infrastructure, that is what a lot of people know how to do best. All they know how to do is just for themselves. And Black people, it's time for you people to focus on yourselves. Enough of trying to put other people, trying to involve other people, trying to secure for other people. I understand that we were fighting for ourselves. Black people were really fighting so hard to make sure that things are right? But some people do not have the best interest of you. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.